is Angela Guerra. My husband Paul and I are Peace Corps volunteers. We've been in Palanai, working in a small village in the eastern highlands that had no electricity or phones. It has been an amazing time, and they taught us so much more than what we taught them. But after 2 years, we'll soon be on our way home. Unfortunately, a strange illness has swept through the village, and that may delay our departure. The symptoms come on suddenly, and the sufferer is stricken almost immediately. That's why I'm recording this, to document what is happening here. My husband has been down with whatever this illness is since last night. He's dizzy, he's feverish. I'm really starting to worry. Paul? Are you all right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Just stay calm and stay together.
I'm with a group of survivors and we're on foot, heading into the highlands. Paul was so feverish he was out of his head. It's like he didn't even know who I was. He attacked me and tried to bite me. I ran for help, but it was insane. People were screaming and fighting and crying, and this little boy, he couldn't have been more than 10, leaped on me and tried to bite me. I pushed him away, and a grown man, chopped off his head with a machete. Oh my God. What is happening here? Some said that the people who had lost their minds were dead. Dead, like zombies. I went back and tried to find Paul, but he was gone. And I have no idea what happened to him. We lost one of our group last night, Bill. He was sleeping right by the fire when he was attacked. She looked like an old woman, but she moved so fast. Half her left arm was gone. You could see the bone, white in the firelight. And she made the most terrible, growling, gurgling sound. Blood ran down her face, and she still had Bill's flesh in her teeth. Zico hit her in the head with a shovel. But she got up again, and he hit her again and again, until finally he had to decapitate her. She looked like she was 70 years old. Most of her clothes had been torn off. Some say it's coverup, that cannibal disease, but how is that possible? These people are dying, and they are resurrecting. Well, Bill, he was badly hurt, and he was afraid the disease would take him, and he didn't want to become one of them. So he grabbed Gabrielle's shotgun and put it in his mouth, and the sound was so loud. We knew it would attract other infected, so we ran. Into the dark, into the jungle. There aren't very many of us left. I had just about lost all hope when I saw it. Some kind of research facility. John went running for it, and that was a mistake. Something came out of the woods and attacked him. It was huge and covered in these festering boils. I'd seen some terrible things, but nothing like this. We beat the poor creature down, and Zico split its skull. John was badly hurt, barely alive. He begged me to put a bullet in his head so he wouldn't resurrect. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. So I handed him the gun, and he... Oh, Jesus. After that, I just lost it. I screamed. I swore. I was so goddamn angry. And that's when a man came out of the facility. He heard me cursing, so he knew I wasn't sick. He was so surprised to see us. His name is Dr. Kessler, and I know I should be grateful that he took us in. But there's something off about him. He's involved in some sort of research project, but he seems very evasive. He says we can't stay long as he doesn't have enough food for all of us. Tom wants to force the issue, but I don't trust this Kessler. The people of Paul and I are so kind. In the village where Paul and I were assigned, they lived such simple lives. They lived in huts and grew their own food. And I taught them how to read English and do simple math. And in the evenings, it would be time for talk story. We would all tell stories. It's a big tradition here. Once I showed them pictures from home, of LA. And they saw two homeless men on Hollywood Boulevard, crude signs propped between their legs. They asked me what they were doing, and I told them they were homeless and they didn't understand. The concept made no sense to them. How could they be homeless? They said if I would bring them here, they would build them huts and plant them gardens, and their generosity was so genuine, it made me cry. Is our society really more civilized than theirs? What do I have to teach them? We knew we couldn't stay with Dr. Kessler. We asked him to come with us, but he's determined to stay. I don't know, maybe we can send help for him once we reach Henderson. There's a military base there, and if there's anywhere that's still safe, that's probably it. The rain has been steady. Oh, and it's coming down harder, and the river is starting to rise. We're all worried the road will wash out before we can make our way there. Oh, the mosquitoes are eating us alive. Tom seems feverish, and I see how the others are looking at him. He says he hasn't been bitten, but this is clearly a bloodborne disease. Couldn't it be transmitted by mosquito? I mean, why would it be any different from malaria or West Nile virus? And if that's true, we all might have it, and any one of us could turn at any moment. When we woke up this morning, Tom was dead. He hung himself. It was so horrible. But the rain was coming down so hard and waters were rising, so we didn't have time to cut him down or bury him. I didn't think we'd make it here. Mud was roaring down the hills like black lava. I never knew a mudslide made so much noise. There were boulders bigger than cars, and the trees were cracking and snapping. It was terrifying, and with the pounding rain, we had to shout to even hear each other. We barely made it to the ferry, and the undead were everywhere. Military planes are flying overhead, but where are the soldiers? Where are the authorities? Maybe we'll find some answers in Henderson. The people here in Henderson are terrified. They know as much as we do. Clearly, there's no stopping this. The military instituted martial law, and part of the city has been quarantined, but it doesn't seem to be helping. The infection just keeps spreading. The dead wash ashore and rise up and attack like wounded animals. The soldiers try to put them down, but there are so many. They have no idea what's happening either. They're getting conflicting orders. No one seems to know who's in charge. It's crazy. People are getting desperate, and I'm really afraid. Most of the soldiers are so young. They're as terrified as everyone else. I'm here with a group of survivors hiding out here in an abandoned store, hoping that the army will send in reinforcements and finally get the upper hand. Some say that Henderson is lost, and that soon the few survivors left will be at each other's throats over the last food and water. But I don't know about that. There's a deep sense of community here, and not everyone has given up. There's a doctor, Dr. Cecil, who set up a field hospital. I'm doing everything I can to help him, and we're making a difference. That's why I joined the Peace Corps, to help people. So that's what I'm doing. Besides, it's better to keep busy. When I close my eyes and try to rest, all I can think about are all the horrible things I've seen. I have too much to do to dwell on any of that. I have people here who need me. This is Angela Guerra, and I'm leaving this audio diary just in case something happens to me. The military base is in trouble. You can hear alarm sirens going off and all kinds of explosions. I thought they would help us. I thought they would protect us, but they can't even protect themselves. If you find this recording, please get it to Mike and Blanca Guerra in Woodland Hills, California. Mom, Dad, I know you didn't want me to come here. I know you didn't understand why I wanted to leave LA and join the Peace Corps. I'm sorry I disappointed you. I wanted to see the world, have an adventure, make a difference. I'm so sorry.
My name is John Morgan, and I'm a sergeant in the ADF. My squad and I were mobilised last night as part of the 2nd Battalion. We made an amphibious landing south of Wisdom Bay and are now preparing to hike into the jungle. While we aren't taking the highway, the brass won't say. Something big is going on, but the powers that be are keeping it rather mysterious. Our immediate superiors claim we're here to supply humanitarian aid, but then why are we so heavily armed? I'm making this audio diary not in any official capacity, but for my family, in the event that, for whatever reason, I do not make it out in one piece. I'm probably being overly dramatic, and I see no reason why I wouldn't survive this operation, but there's something about all this that just isn't sitting right with me. All right, looks like we're heading out.
Grab your gear, Johnson. Let's go, Miller.
Yes, sir!
Moving out.
We're here in a remote village, inland in the Java River, and I don't even know how to describe what's happening here. In fact, I probably shouldn't even be recording this, but it's not the first time I've violated proper protocol. Some sort of plague has swept the town, and people are panicking. Those infected seem to have lost their bloody minds. They become violent and aggressive, and attack like rabid animals. They seem to feel no pain, and nothing will put them down short of a bullet in the brain. The orders on high aren't making much sense, and some of the men under my command are beginning to freak out. Not that I can blame them. 2 hours ago, we saw a young mother gnawing on her own bloody child. Jesus. They want us to keep everyone quarantined here and prevent their escape by any means necessary. When I asked them what that meant, they said, "Do we have to spell it out?" They had us abandon the village. They told us to get out immediately, and I've no idea why. They say this infection is out of control and spreading across the island. I have family in Henderson, but no one will bloody tell me what's happening there. If they're so worried about containing the bloody infection, why would they tell us to evacuate? They said we'd be safer. Did you hear that? Is that air support? Are they airdropping supplies for the villagers? I hope so. Those people are starving. Yeah, it makes sense to drop air supplies since they've located the highway in and out of it. Oh my God, what are they doing? Are they firebombing the bloody village? Jesus Christ, they're burning them alive! This can't be right! What the hell are they doing? They bombed the bridges and the roads to prevent any movement of the civilian population. And now they're ordering us to kill any villagers who escape the firebombings. Not just the infected, but everyone. Men, women, children. My men are balking at this and I can't blame them. We're here to protect these people, not murder them. I told Colonel Ormsby, my commanding officer, that I would not order my men to murder innocent civilians. Colonel Ormsby said refusal to follow orders would be considered gross insubordination, and my men and I would be charged with desertion and arrested as traitors.
Hold up, men. Looks like, some sort of research facility ahead. At least that's what it is according to the map here. And there could be food and supplies in there, but we need to... Johnson, wait! Hold up, mate! We need to reconnoiter the area before we... Oh, Jesus, what the bloody hell's that? Shoot it! Shoot it!
Most of my squad is dead. Melby and Howard were lost in Kundera. Johnson was attacked by this abomination, and Murphy put a bullet in him as his screams were raising the dead. At least they look and smell bloody dead, but how can that be? They came from the jungle, from everywhere, snarling like hungry animals. Miller panicked and ran into a whole mob of them. They fell on him like rabid dogs, tore him to pieces, and the rest of us barely made it out alive. I was bitten on the shoulder, and the others were sure the infection would take me as well. And soon after we went to sleep, Jenkins tried to murder me. I had no choice but to shoot the bloody maniac. Everyone's scared to death. At this point, I think our only option is Henderson. At least there's a military base there. Most of our families are there as well. I just hope the city's still safe. The infection hasn't taken me, and I don't know why. The only reason my men haven't abandoned me is because they still think they need me. Everyone is our enemy. The civilians know the army's been slaughtering them and they're fighting back. They shoot at us on sight, but I'm not about to shoot back. They're bloody frightened. Who can blame them? I decided it would be best to avoid unnecessary confrontation, so we're traveling via the old Japanese World War II tunnels. They were shut down years ago, so we've no idea of what's down here. Oh, the whole bloody world's gone crazy, so we're probably safer down here than we would be up there.
What was that?
Shit. What's that up ahead? Is that a person?
Get to cover! We're under fire! We got some live ones!
We're trying to stay quiet as the infected are everywhere. It's just the two of us now. Jack was bitten by something down in the tunnels. We're both hoping he'll be fine, as I seem to still be all right. Maybe some of us are immune to this plague. We're at the ferry, but it doesn't seem to be operational. Jack has family in Henderson as well. We need to find a boat to get us across. I just hope the military doesn't shoot us out of the water. I mean, who can we trust? Citizens despise us and the army considers us traitors. And then there's the infected. To them, we're just meat. I better quiet down. I don't want them to hear me. Jack attacked me last night. I beat him back and tied him up. Couldn't bring myself to kill him, even though the disease has taken him. He saved my life back in the jungle. I can't just put him down like a rabid dog. Maybe there's a cure for this. I mean, there has to be, right? There has to be something. We're at the lighthouse in Henderson, and the city itself is in chaos. There's a huge quarantine area that's full to bloody bursting with the dead. I don't know what else to call them. They don't seem human. I just can't believe this is what it's come to. I haven't seen any other soldiers, and the citizens we have seen are cowering inside. I see them watching me through the boarded up windows. I'm guessing the army's hiding as well. Holed up in their base. Afraid to bloody come out. My family's gone. My wife, my two girls. Jen left a note behind for me, just in case I came looking for them. Apparently the lines went down and she had no way to contact me, so she packed up the kids and left Henderson for the airport. She's trying to get to Australia. She has an aunt in Adelaide. I hope to God they weren't on that bloody highway when the army dropped those bombs. If they were caught in that, if the military slaughtered my family, I swear to God I will find out who issued that order and I will put a bullet in their bloody head. Shit. Somebody in here. Back in the girls' room. I better check, just in case. Oh, fuck! Oh, Jesus Christ! Was that Mr. Baranka? Was that my goddamn next-door neighbor? Oh, Jesus! Jesus, no! My name is John Morgan, Sergeant in the ADF, and I'm leaving this recording here because I do not trust the army to get it to my wife, if she's even still alive. Whoever finds this, please try to get this to Jennifer Ann Morgan. She's staying with a Mrs. Mary Rogers in Adelaide, Australia. All right. Jen, this is for you. I just want you to know that you and the girls, you're everything to me. I'm so sorry I wasn't there to protect you, that you had to face this alone. You know, this morning I found a little boy hiding in a car. Couldn't be more than 5. His parents must have locked him in there to protect him. Who knows what the hell happened to them, but I've decided that I've no choice but to take him to the army base. I've nowhere else to turn. What other option do I have? Jen, it's likely they'll arrest me for going AWOL. But at least if they court-martial me, I can finally tell my side of the story, you know? Tell them what went on. People need to know what happened here. Hey. It's okay, son. Shh. I'm not mad at you.
I'm scared.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. I promise. Everything's gonna be okay.